So let's see. Whew. Okay, cards are jumpy. I guess that is a good thing.
This is also allowing them to tap more into the
Wow. These are really, really, really stiff.
channeling, bringing in information, even telepathic communication.
So I decided to kind of get my cards a little bit of order. Give me a little bit of room to. So I kind of want to start out to see what herbs or oils that we can use. Okay. Okay, so you have grounding. I'm guessing grounding is an herb or a seasoning because all of them are. I didn't pull out the book, which I probably should have. You do this every time. And then if I have, here we go. See, if I have the book, I don't use it. Okay, so rooted. So we're definitely talking about the root chakra here.
These cards are very similar. Very, very similar. And
so
I'm just getting an energy of
I don't think these have the actual meaning. They don't. So yeah, so grounding is an herb. So grounding is an herb. And see that? And it says, I am somewhere else. That's your trigger statement. Your truth statement is, or your true statement is right here now, everything is perfect. So what it's saying is stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Of course, we're going to grab some tarot to clarify. I kind of wanted this one. We'll see. I don't know why I wanted that one. It says allow your energy to shift to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have set out to do. Okay. This is just the energy for the collective here, for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. If there's any communication, which I'm sure there will be, I will bring that out. Okay, so some clarification on rooted, which is the root chakra coming out. What needs to be grounded? And what's the energy shift? No? Okay. I didn't really want to. Alright, so the energy shift is, I guess, it's speeding up. It's going to go from kind of a slow energy to a fast energy with the Eight of Wands here. Okay. What needs to be, that energy needs to be grounded. That's the energy that needs to be grounded. Because this energy that's coming in could kind of lead to arguments if you're not in the conversation. Like, when it says in the conversation, the feeling that I'm getting is stay in the conversation. Allow your energy to shift to the material plane where it is needed to help you complete what you have to do. So don't be like, in fantasy world about this relationship. Don't go back to the past or go back to the present. Don't be in the now, because communication, what I've been getting and reading, and which I kind of should have put those readings on camera. Just excuse me, because I'm not really used to taping my readings, but communication is coming in. you know, with the divine masculine. He is coming in to talk to the divine feminine, and he's going to do it in a really kind, meaningful, graceful, loving type of way. It's almost going to come off like a feminine energy, which is going to completely shock the feminine, trust me. So, but kind of when that conversation does come in, stay in the here and now. You know, that's the trigger. That's going to be a trigger for the masculine is, hey, are you listening to me? Can we bring this conversation to the here and now? He doesn't want to keep going over the past. And though he does want to talk about the future, he really wants to talk about the here and the now. And getting some shit like really worked out. Like this is serious conversation that's going to happen. So it's really important that the conversation stays grounded in a really good, really positive type of energy, and that everybody is really, really communicating with each other in a diplomatic, beautiful, kind type of way. The whole point that you want to do, you're trying to foster. You're trying to foster reconciliation, not, you know, strife. You know, not everyone fighting for position. This isn't you fighting for position. Your position is solidified. Once the masculine gets in touch with you, this time, and I don't know if he ever has before, but once he gets in touch with you this time, what he's saying is, there are no more options on the table. I am completely choosing you, and we're here to have a serious ass conversation. So let it be grounded. Now, with the root chakra coming out, I do want some insight on the root chakra.
Protective guides that are going to
yeah, let's try these for the root chakra, as well as these. And then I'll go for the other one, maybe. Or since we're trying to find out what is going on with the root chakra specifically, we don't really want to pull out too many other more chakras. We will just. This is going to be a quick kind of a one card reading. I actually just got some new decks and I wanted to test them out. But the decks that I ended up using are decks that I didn't even use in this read. So I'm going to do another read though. So just some quick communication here from spirit for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because communication is going to come out soon. So yeah, this thing. Excuse me for a second. Kind of want to cleanse those. They've been kind of out and about, and I still have yet to finish that reading. So I'm to save this out, make sure that everything is still relevant, which I'm sure it is. You know, readings are timeless, so this is an actual reading. It's timeless. All right, so let's get a little bit of insight. All right, I'm gonna take you on the root chakra here. So there's been some experiences that affected the root chakra with the grounding and not being here and in the now. And right now, everything is perfect. So that's the true statement, is that right now, everything is perfect. Right in the here and now. So there are experiences that both divine feminine and divine masculine, because I'm reading for both right now, need to really kind of look at, that makes them want to always come out of the here and now. That can also lead to addiction issues, and I've been kind of seeing that too as I've been reading, is that the masculine does have some addiction issues that they need to deal with, and not just the masculine, maybe even the feminine as well. So that, and if you look at my goddess reading, I think it is day 1 or goddess reading 1, it talked about grounding. So it's really funny that you get grounding again. So get grounded in a situation and try to figure out what experiences that you have that keep you wanting to get away from the here and now and have those escape type of behaviors, because the masculine definitely has those escape type of behaviors. And I'm pretty sure the feminine does too, because this is reading for both. And we have to remember that we mimic each other. Oh, friendliness. Okay, so be friendly. Oh my goodness, I have low battery. Be friendly to each other in this conversation as well. So once again, conversation is going to happen between the masculine and the feminine. And that being said too, you two can feel each other's energy. You're also communicating telepathically. So make sure you're sending really good energy. What I got in one of my readings is that what you really want is a friendship. Look at that. See how pretty that is, and how the trees seem to be like dancing together, in communion together, building a friendship together. That's ground this relationship. Thank you, Spirit. This is about grounding the relationship, what you're trying to build between the masculine and the feminine. I just caught 11:11 on my time here. So that's like confirmation and wish fulfillment, because obviously whomever is watching this is really what you want. You want this foundation to be grounded in love and friendship. Like, you want them to be your best friend. You both want this. Well, you have to cultivate it, and that takes time and getting to know each other. And it's not rushing into things with an unmanageable energy, causing strife and all this kind of stuff, and everybody fighting for position to be heard. It's about hearing the other person, experiencing the here and now with the other person, figuring out why it is that you don't want to experience the here and now, and then experiencing the here and now with whom you're supposed to be with, but also with yourself as well. Okay. And let's see here. And then, like I said, this is going to be kind of a short one. I'm going to get some quick communication here. I think I might, let me see what cards. I'll probably just use, oh no, I do have a new deck where I might give you some different communication. It's interesting because it's a new deck. Is that it? Spirit, the thing that she wants to tell the divine masculine. Okay. Past lives. Okay, so understand that you two are connected. Like, you do have past lives together. I think there may still be some question in the collective. Is this my twin? Is this not my twin? You know, what's going on with this connection? You know, I'm so confused. This is your twin. This is who you're supposed to be with. You do have a past life connection. So you have ancestors watching this connection, that's rooting for this connection. This connection, look how peaceful everyone looks. If you really look at their faces, you can see it. No one's upset or anything like that. It's just everybody's just kind of waiting for these two to get together. They're waiting for this connection. And it almost is like a, what is it? It's the infinity symbol, but also hourglass. Looks like an hourglass. It's like this has been divinely timed, and this is something that is in the making, and this is going to happen, but it's past life, it's connected. So also realize that in this relationship, when you're going into this energy with each other, even if you're not like communicating right away, communication is going to come in. When, I don't know, you know, some readers can actually predict time. I'm sure I could if I really tried, but hey. So communication is going to come in, and so do realize that it is divinely guided, it's divinely protected. So one thing that I did get when I was reading and channeling is that the divine feminine, and maybe even the divine masculine, but the divine feminine is definitely afraid to tell her truth to the masculine because she's afraid to lose him. It's almost like she walks on eggshells with him because she's afraid to lose him. And even though she's disconnected, gone cold, which is why the divine masculine is going through dark night of the soul, though I think he's kind of coming out of it now and realizing who she is and that he really wants to connect with her. Even though she did disconnect, she still is very much in love with, you know, her masculine. So he can feel that as well. Okay. I had another thought and I lost it that quick. That happens sometimes when I read. It's like a message comes in and then it's kind of snatched. So that's kind of the energy there. And I'm just going to do some, kind of quick, just really quick. I just saw 1515 on my camera as well. So I'm catching some numbers. I think in one reading I saw 2626. So, it's a lot of signs kind of coming around that, some type of union is on its way. And when the union comes in, just know that it's divinely guided, it's protected, and it's all good. All right, so these cards I just got today, they're called what I do with, well, I actually don't. Oh, here it is. These are called healing mantra cards. I like them. I'm learning. I didn't know they were going to be like communication cards, but they are. So we're going to tap in here and see what needs to be said. Kind of end this out here. So what needs to be said? Divine masculine or feminine, whoever, or divine femme, whomever wants to talk, whoever wants to speak. I see divine feminine making an appearance already. I think she really wants to speak. Yeah, let's do that because we want to make it fair. Okay. All right. So we're about to go ahead and pull these really quick. Really. Ooh, I feel some energy. Transforming tragedy. Okay. So we're going to go ahead here. All right. So what's the communication here? What needs to come out? What needs to be said? Really? All of that. All right. So we have healing heartbreak here. It's a lot of cards. But Spirit gave me all of them, so we're going to see what we can do with them. All right. Let me make sure you can see this here on camera. All right. So these are kind of light, whether we can really see those on camera or not. Oh, and it's upside down here. Okay, so let me see. Let me read here what needs to be said. Healing heartbreak. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. Wow. So that's what heals the heartbreak, is when I share my deepest pain and give myself permission to be. Healing heartbreak. So who's speaking here? Let me see. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. And on the back we have amplifying abundance. We have the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. Rewriting the subconscious. Only my beliefs are in my way, and feeling is the power that helps me heal. Okay. So this, I think, is for both. This is spirit talking. So cleansing your heart, it literally says polishing your heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Feeling. So actually this is talking to both. You need to get in touch with your feelings, especially I would say the divine masculine. Like you really need to get in touch with your feelings because sorry about that light, just trying to get it right here. Because you guys haven't really been in touch with your feelings, and the divine feminine can feel that you have not been in touch with your feelings, that you haven't been honest with her about how you feel, you haven't been vulnerable with her with how you feel. And let's get into it, because I did do a channeling, and let me tell you something, divine feminine, neither have you. Let's not forget, once again, you two are mirroring each other. So neither have you. You have not been honest about how you feel either. There are parts of yourself that you've hidden from each other, and there has to be honest communication if any of this is going to work. So only my beliefs are in my way of rewriting the subconscious. So The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. So I don't know if it was yesterday I did a reading where I don't know which reading it was, but that it came out that you need to look at the good in this situation and not look at the bad. And you know what this is saying is don't reminisce on those, you know, those old experiences, you know, from the past.
But also,
Don't keep going looking at the past, the present, the future. Stay in the present with it. You know, stay with the present with it, and figure. Look. You know how many people want to come into contact with their twin flame, with the person they've actually been praying for? Now, it's not all rainbows and butterflies and shit. That's true. This is a hard damn journey, and everybody isn't called for it, and everybody isn't strong enough for it. But what I'm seeing in this connection is that in this connection, these two divines are ready. They're elevating to get ready. They've hung in there with each other. This relationship has stood the test of time. They're not in communication right now. It's pretty obvious that they're not in communication right now. But that doesn't mean that the bond isn't there. What this is telling you is that just because you're not in communication right now doesn't mean that this isn't a bond. Doesn't mean that you don't have this bond with this person. And it may be something that other people can't understand. Don't try to explain it to them. It's really none of their business. It's between you and your person. So rewrite the subconscious basically helps you amplify your abundance in this connection. And it's your birthright. You know why it's your birthright? This keeps coming back to this. This is a soul contract, basically. The twin flames. Well, I don't know if it's really a soul contract with the twin flames, but basically you two are parts of a whole. Like you two come from the same matter, the same stuff, the same DNA, you know, kind of, you really want to think about it like that. You may have some of the same ancestors and things of that sort. This relationship, this abundant, beautiful, divinely inspired, spirit-led, literally spirit-led relationship is your birthright. You need to claim your birthright. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. Sharing your shame. Now, this came up before. And what did I just say? There's parts of yourself that you're hiding, divine feminine, and divine masculine is parts of yourself that you're hiding as well. Let's just be honest about that. It's parts of yourself that you're hiding. You can't do that and expect honest communication. You can't do that and expect you two to get together and have a happy ending and all this other shit if no one is sharing their shame. And you know why you can share your shame with each other? Because you forgive each other, because you love each other, because you don't judge each other. That's why you can share your shame with each other. And this is what heals the relationship and heals you individually, is actually coming into conversation and having that love with someone who you can be exactly who you're supposed to be with. You can be exactly who you're supposed to be inside and out. You don't have to hide anything. All those things that you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh shit, if they only knew this, or if they only knew this about me. You know, I was channeling the divine masculine, and one of the things that I heard him say is, if you knew what I've done, you wouldn't be with me. Now, I don't know what he's done, but the thing is that the divine masculine is looking for unconditional love. It's something that he's never had before. These divine masculines that I'm reading for have some issues with their mother figures and maybe have experienced some neglect in their childhood. And so they're dealing with that as well. And they have developed a hatred, a sort of a hatred, or not even a hatred, but just a closed type of way of feeling and thinking about women in general, but about the divine feminine as well. And so all of this is trying to heal. You know, as the divine feminine, I'm sure that you've done things and said things, positive that you've done things and said things that you're not happy about, or that you're ashamed of, or that you wish you hadn't done, that you wouldn't want to tell anybody. But it's okay to tell him, to tell this person, because this person loves you. and this person wants to be with you. So it's okay. One of the songs that I channel is by Yumi, and it's called Lullaby. And another one is by Rini, R-I-N-I, and it's called Aphrodite. And those two songs I channeled earlier today. I said I'm going to put them in the comments, and I might. And I might not. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get better with that kind of stuff. But definitely Google those. Look those up. Look at the lyrics. I haven't looked at the lyrics. I looked at one of them played and had the lyrics on the screen on YouTube, and I forget which one that was that had the lyrics. But it really does pretty much speak to what the divine masculine is feeling. I'm sorry, it was channeled from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. And from the divine feminine, from the divine femme to the divine masculine. Some of it is actual communication between the two, just as we kind of saw right here. So communication is happening. Communication is happening in 5D. So for those of you who are questioning it, you are communicating in dreams. Some of you may be astral planing. You're definitely communicating telepathically. Some of you may be actually musically. Divine masculine is listening out for certain music, so he's tapping in. So that's another thing I saw. Crown chakra blazing open for the divine masculine. So the last thing we're going to do, which reminds me, is we're just going to look at some chakra stuff real quick to see what chakras kind of need to be worked with. But the crown chakra was blazing for the divine masculine. So, all right, you can come out. So he's getting a lot of downloads. A lot of ancestral help is coming to him, kind of letting him know about this connection. So he's awakening. The communication when he comes in is going to be it's going to be serious, yet kind of unsure. Jovial, but yet hesitant, and he's trying to figure some stuff out. So one of the cards, came out is embrace the balance between earth and spirit. And so so the crystals that are going to help with this is clear quartz, rose quartz, and hematite. So this is an action that you have to take, is to embrace the balance between earth and spirit. Okay, so I got that today too. So divine masculine as well as divine feminine need to kind of balance spirituality and practicality. The divine masculine is really having a hard time with that because he's like, for him, he's having to make a decision between his money and his heart. And actually, I think most of the divine masculine, the couples that are in separation, there is a third party kind of thing going on, and there may even be a divorce that's having to happen. So your divine masculine is having to maybe come to you with not the money that he would like, not the just not the provision that he would like to bring to the table, and that in itself can make him feel insecure. So he's having to balance that out a lot. So if there's divine masculines or divine feminines who really want to help out the divine masculines, then I say, hey, get some rose quartz, some clear quartz, and some hematite. Hematite is very healing, also for wounds. So I'm going to say this is the heart chakra kind of showing itself. Wounds. So there are some heart wounds that need to be healed. I did a reading where we talked about the heart and how that heart chakra is really needing to be healed. It's open right now. I saw that too. The heart chakra is wide open right now. So now would be a great time to start doing that type of work. Like I said, there is some root stuff. The root did pop up. So we have the root chakra. We have the heart chakra. We have the throat chakra. And we have the sacral chakra. coming out here. So these are the chakras that need to be balanced. For the sacral chakra, it says, let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. So one of the things that I like to talk about is creating routines and things like that to make us healthy. Sacral chakra, to me, make an appearance, can kind of go into, I think, it's what you birth. So if you are intaking negative energy, you're going to birth out negative behaviors. I think the sacral chakra is where addictions and stuff like that come from. So the stone is peach moonstone. And so what I would say is, and get yellow things. Wear yellow, go out in the sun, sunbathe, eat peaches, things like that. They have that kind of color to them. Because what you're birthing may not be what you want in your life. You know, there needs to be a transformation, and there is going to be a transformation. So what you're birthing may not be everything that you exactly want in life. So really, and that goes along with the root chakra here. So I put that right, the root chakra. And then we have the throat chakra with lapis lazuli, which is one of my favorite stones. And lapis lazuli is a very peaceful stone. It's also like a protective stone. I actually have it in several different. I have a raw one over here somewhere. So I really do enjoy that stone, and it's protection and it's peace, and that's kind of what you want in your expression. You want your expression to be peaceful, and you want your conversation to be protected. You want, you want your thoughts, because your mind is where your words come from, right? You want your heart, because your heart is where your words come from, right? So you want those things to be protected. You want those things to be peaceful. So ground, meditate. So this is the last thing we're going to do, is we're going to get some self-care cards here. Although I kind of have these in another spread, actually over here, but okay. Well, we might do, hold on one second here.
And also for creation, you're going to have to address these things, but it is going to bring in a consistent and steady flow of creativity.
All right, so these are relationship healing cards. So let's just let's do these first. Yeah, let's do these first, and then we can. Then I want to do those. Divine Masculine and Union. It's coming. So, guys, you got to get ready for it. You know, it has to be like an honest communication. Like, you really have to get ready for it. Because if not, I'm sorry, my cat is kind of sitting on my nerves. Because if not, when it comes in, it won't go like as planned or as it should. All right, so let's get some transformation. Woo. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? You guys are kind of getting a look at some of the little junk that I have over here in the corner. Looks like this is also where I make my jewelry. I make healing jewelry, of course. So I love my crystals and things like that. So, all right. Bottom card, 7th chakra. That's our crown. So crown chakra also making an appearance. Okay, so we have connection. Transformation came out first, connection, and then I think, or sensitivity. Okay. Transformation. The energy of transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition, allowing the old to make room for the new. Connection. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment, and resonance with others, things, and ideas. We're transforming that connection. Sensitivity. The frequency of sensitivity helps us open to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation that's supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. So sensitivity is going to help us open up to the world of subtle detail. Those are like the higher levels of communication. So what I'm getting from this is maybe there's an immature type of communication. I did see that in another reading or channeling. But there is a type of immature communication between the two of you. And it could be on both parts. I kind of think it's on divine masculine simply because he's not really in touch with himself, his higher self, or even spiritually. He may be a spiritual person. That doesn't mean that he's in touch spiritually like he should be. So that could be an issue. So that's gonna anchor the structuring of the foundation. Remember what I said? You guys are trying to, the seeds that are being planted here, the foundation that's being created is one of friendship and love and unconditional, and being able to heal each other's heartbreak and being able to share each other's shame. Like literally, you know how many people can't do that, can't just be exactly who they are without any judgment, knowing that person will love them unconditionally no matter what. That's some ride or die shit. Excuse my language. And most people, they don't get ride or die shit. So let's go to. So you do have the ability to transform this connection. There's an energy of transformation. It's flowing in this connection. It's flowing within the divine collective, and it can transform this connection and turn it into this sensitive frequency, this loving frequency, this unconditional love frequency, this frequency that makes the ancestors, celebrate because they've been waiting for this, because it's protective, this non-judgmental frequency, this healing of heartbreak frequency, this abundant frequency that rewrites the subconscious. This is all possible, that actually cleanses your heart. And the only thing that stands in your way is your own doubt. Is your own subconscious doubt. It's your own inability to be who you are. It's your own inability to tap into your higher self. It's your own inability to have these type of communication, divine femme and divine masculine. I'm talking to both of you. So now, 7th chakra, crown chakra, bottom card, making an appearance. So the chakras we had the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the crown chakra. These are pretty much the same chakras from one of my other readings. And what I'm noticing is all the chakras probably need to be aligned or attuned. So I'm going to do a chakra reading, just a chakra reading, to find out what kind of alignment needs to be done and how, what things need to be attuned, because this is kind of general. So the energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. So what did I just say? You're connected. Divine masculine, you're connected to your higher source. You are getting downloads. So maybe the divine feminine knows that this is a divine connection, and she is getting downloads, and she is, into the dream world and astral planning, and she knows what's going on. Maybe the divine masculine doesn't. I'm not sure. But if anybody's wanting confirmation, yes, you are getting signs. The portal is open. Your sacral chakra is blasting wide open. You are hearing messages from the divine feminine. You guys are communicating. Source is talking to you about this relationship. Your ancestors are talking to you about this relationship. They are pushing you forward. You are not crazy. She is the one. Whomever you're thinking about, if you're watching this, they are the one. So let's go ahead and get to some healing. I have some healing mantra. Oh, was these the healing? I think these are the healing mantra cards. I have some other. I kind of want to do these. These are karmic cards. I'm also kind of using them in another spread. Actually, these are new cards. I just got these cards too. Yeah, I just got these cards. I want to try them out. All right, so we're looking for the healing energy here. We're going into 40 minutes, so this is really not that long of a read. It went pretty quickly. Once again, I did not expect to really be reading, but hey, let's just go ahead and you may actually hear some reading in the background because I actually listen to readers. So on YouTube, there are some really, really good readers on YouTube. Once again, this is Mugwort and Peppermint and some natural flowers. Oh, yeah. Peppermint and some natural flowers. I want to say lavender, but I don't think I put lavender in this one. There are readers on YouTube that I do listen to that are really, really cool. Once again, I don't think there's anything wrong with listening to readers on YouTube. I just don't want you to get like so bogged down into it that that's all you do. And then you get confused. You got one reader telling you this, one reader telling you that. You have to really go to source and let source tell you what is going on in your relationship. Only source can tell you if someone is really your twin or if they're really not. Only thing a reader can do, especially from this point of view on YouTube, where we're not really doing face-to-face readings and stuff like that, the only thing that we can really do is give you what is going on in the collective. And if it sounds like your person, then you have to be the one to decide if it is or not. And of course, whatever source gives you. And I just want to kind of make that clear. So if something isn't resonating with you, don't make it resonate. Don't sit here like, well, you know what? I did have a dream last Tuesday about the grocery store, and I know we sometimes we go to the same grocery store, and one day I bought potatoes, and then I saw his cousin's friend in there and she bought potatoes, so maybe that's talking about us. Don't do shit like that. And the reason I say that is because when I first started this twin flame journey and watching YouTube videos, I used to do that shit. Everything I saw, I'm like, oh, that could be me. Oh, that's us. Oh, that's got to be him. And what I did was hook myself to a damn false twin. Which, I don't think there are false twins. I think there are karmics. And I think you either hook to, from what I have experienced, one of two or three things can happen. You can either hook to a karmic who isn't your twin and be in a karmic relationship with them, or you can actually hook to your twin, but they're karmic and you're also a karmic, and so you're in a karmic relationship with your actual twin. Or you could actually be the karmic in a relationship with a twin who's now in a relationship with their karmic, which would be you. So here's the thing, and I know that even sounds confusing. If you are continuously looking at different YouTube channels and things like that, and you don't really understand the journey and what's going on, it's a learning process, you will get confused. And you will not understand who's who, what's what, and blah, 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 blah. So, just an advisory. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to go ahead and get these last cards here. I want to thank my spirit guides and my beautiful source of all for coming through for us and giving us some clarification. Hopefully it was clear. You know, I didn't really get into the tarot too much, so maybe the detailing, we didn't get into a lot of the details. What really came through to me is that there is communication that's going to happen. And maybe with the twin flames that are already in union or in communication some kind of way, it could already be some stuff happening and communication is fucked up. So maybe that's why Spirit kind of led me to do this reading. And I was, like I said, just kind of in here setting up and rearranging a few things. All right. Okay, so, alright. Okay, Spirit. What's the ending advice here for the collectors concerning this communication that they're having already telepathically, maybe even in 3D, or one that's or communication that's coming up? Well, that may be the end of it. I mean, you did get a lot of, every time I say that, something comes out. But no, we did get a lot of info. So, let's see. Honor the lineage. Okay, yo. Okay. So, I'm going to say this. Honor the lineage and flow with the divine timing. So, the next reading that's coming up for my my goddess check-in, which I'm going to change to my God/goddess check-in, because I'm realizing that I'm actually reading for both parties, because femme and masculine are mirroring each other, is metaphysical placement. It was sitting right here, and it's like right on top there, metaphysical placement. So when and these are my channeling cards, when metaphysical placement comes up, and I haven't looked at the rest of that spread, it's just funny how that's sitting on top. We have past lives coming up. We have honor the lineage coming up. I really think that there's something going on. Well, of course, you're divinely connected as twin flames. So maybe that's it. But maybe it could be some ancestral stuff. Maybe you need a past life reading. Maybe you guys need to get like an ancestral reading to find out what your ancestors are saying. I might. Thank you, Spirit. So the next video will be what the ancestors are saying about this connection. I just got like a really strong feeling about that. I need to write it down, but I'll watch the video before I load it. Probably. Sometimes I just load it, but the next video is going to be what do the ancestors have to say about this connection, because I feel like they really want to speak. I feel that energy, like I'm getting goosebumps, that they really want to speak about this connection. And, you know, I've been blessed. They're gracing me to be the ones to talk to the collective about it. So that'll be the next video. So please like, subscribe, share. Definitely keep faith. If you don't want to wait for me to do the video, if you know someone who could do this kind of reading, maybe you are a reader and you can do it for yourself. But yeah, check out what the ancestors are saying about this connection, because they're screaming that they want to be heard about it. It's very, very important. It's a part of your lineage. It's a part of your birthright. I think that came up somewhere if I'm not mistaken. But so yeah, so check that out. Maybe do a past life reading. Here it is. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. So yeah, check out the chakras. Make sure you get those stones. Oh, the herb was, which I'm sure that I told you what it was, because I can't find it right now amongst all the cards. Grounding. The herb was grounding, which I need to look that up, because I didn't even know that was a herb, grounding. I don't think it's an instruction. I think it is an actual herb, or oil, because those are the cards that I use. So, all right, my name is Shar. This is Meta Christian or Man World, depending on where you're coming from and where you're going. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you got a lot out of this. And thank you so much for watching. See you.